Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and in this video it's all about the evolution of my Fallschmjager. Now what am I talking about? Like a lot of people, I'm currently reorganising my old 2nd edition bolt action armies for 3rd edition, and I've now got to the Fallschmjager. It's one of my all-time favourite bolt action armies. So let's go back in time for a bit. So even before I had the channel, before I was posting pretty much anywhere on social media, I bought this, which is the Fallschmjager starter box by Warlord Games, and it's a great kit. Love the plastic Fallschmjager, really nice miniatures, bit of kit bashing, and I had me a Fallschmjager army, and it was essentially one of my first bolt action armies, and I really did enjoy it. Painting wise, I didn't really want to spend any time on it. I just wanted to get it painted and got on the tabletop. And so what did I go for? Well, this is one of those old Fallschmjager. I went for the plain green jump smock, no camouflage, simple to do. It was Vallejo German field grey, Agrax earthshade wash, some highlights, paint the equipment, bish bash bosh. I've got a finished Fallschmjager army, and I used that for quite a few games. I used to run it as a small veteran list, bristling with light machine guns, lots of dice, and it was like my staple bolt action army for a good while. But it never felt right because I hadn't painted the camouflage on them. Now, if anyone knows my painting, I'm not the greatest at painting camouflage. It really is something I've tried to work on over the years, but I was determined one day that my Fallschmjager would have a camouflage scheme to be proud of. So like I said, I used these for many years, and then I played more games using my Marines, and then 3 years ago I completely reorganised my German army, and I did a lot of repainting and a lot of rebasing, and I made a list that was quite frankly terrible. It was just full of green units, inexperienced units, and it got battered every time it made it to the tabletop, and it was just woefully bad. Anyway, fast forward to last year, I've got a game coming up, and I thought, you know what, I really fancy using my Fallschmjager. I hadn't looked at them for many years, I hadn't done anything with them, and I remembered they were in that plain green, and they weren't really rock and roll and exciting looking. So I made a decision to try and add some camouflage to them. These actually featured on a battle report last year, and I did play a few games with them, and this is what I did. As you can see, it's the same figure, or from the same era, but what I did is that I added some very basic brown splodges to the miniature. I mean, it's not accurate. It just isn't. It's just green and brown. But for me, it was a start, and I applied camouflage to about 35 of these chaps over the course of a week, because I had the game coming up on my Ian on Saturday. And I just wanted to do them, add a bit of camouflage. I also put on better bases. This was originally based on, I used some awful sand. It was just, and then painted it with pigments, and it looked atrocious. So I definitely want to get rid of the basing scheme on them. And so I did just some really basic sort of tufts and clump foliage to these. As you can see, a bit of brown. It didn't really. It was 3 feet away. You know, from 3 feet away they got camouflage. And here's my camps as Panzerschreck. It's a captured US bazooka. But again, you can see the camouflage scheme that I was sort of trying to apply. Greens and browns, and yeah, it did a job. And I played a few games with these, and I went back to really liking playing Fallschmjager. But again, it was still in the back of my head. They didn't have the proper camouflage. They really didn't, and it was bugging me. But I put my way, and with 3rd edition coming out, reorganisation, and I've been slowly doing that. And then I thought, you know what, it's time for the Fallschmjager. And I got them out, and I saw the old scheme from last year, and I thought, no, it's time, Steve. It's time to bite the bullet and try and add some proper Fallschmjager camouflage. And a massive step outside of my comfort zone with these, but I've been working on them, and I'm super happy. So this is what they look like these days. A pretty radical change from what they looked like last year with that. And it's the same scheme. All I did is applied a mix of Vallejo khaki and Vallejo flat earth, and I just paint irregular sort of shapes onto the jump smock or the tunic. And then it was actually a bit of a disaster to start off with, because I covered them in a brown wash, and unfortunately the wash dried very, very glossy and shiny, and after much swearing and general bad temperedness, I thought no, we can fix this. So I covered the entire lot in Lamian medium, which is a sort of painted medium, and this I've used this in the past before when washes have dried sort of glossy, and it brought the colours right down, but it still had an edge of an edge of shine to it. So then I hit the entire lot with anti-shine varnish, and what it's done, as you can see, it's blended those colours together, and I'm super happy because it's the camouflage scheme that I've always wanted. So I've been working on these now sort of for the past 2 weeks, just adding those extra bits of camouflage, and then using Lamy medium and anti-shine varnish just to blend those colours together. It really gives it a proper muted tone. So it's just a few of the squads that I've been working on. I've completed 2 squads so far. 2 squads, a medium machine gun and a sniper team. I'll show you those in a second. But I'm more than happy with how these are turning out. Actually, I'm not very good at painting camouflage, so to see me painting things like this, I'm super, super happy with them. Again, I really like that. Like I said, the drab colour that the anti-shine varnish has really given them. And I've been watching Band of Brothers recently as well, and the Carentan episode was certainly an influence on these. There was a particular look I wanted for them, and it was this muted sort of drab colour. And I'm, like I said, really happy with how these are turning out, and I cannot wait to finish the entire lot, because my mate Ian's just finished his Rangers platoon, or his Rangers army, and I think his Rangers are going to be these chaps' first opponent, and I'm really looking forward to getting these on the tabletop. And so again, there's a few more. I just love the way that it was completely by accident, but they've turned out exactly how I wanted them. So here's the medium machine gun team. This has got a kit bashed crew. I wasn't never keen on the metal crews, so these have been kit bashed. And again, got the camouflage scheme on there. The base, I've used some of the walls from the new bolt action German veterans box. Thought they fitted really well. The basing, yeah, I've changed the basing as well. I wanted to go for a more sort of urban, dusty, ruined look. So all this is, it's just Vallejo mud with weathering pigments splattered all over it, and they're just bits of cork. And here's one of the sniper chaps. Again, these were really quick to paint actually. These are actually metal compared to the other ones, which are plastic. But that's the other half of the sniper team. This actually came with the original Fallschmjager starter box. So that's it. That's what I talk about. The evolution of my Fallschmjager has gone from this to this, and then finally to this. And they're all from the same army, which, yeah, staggering. I painted it in 2018, I think I finished these in. So yeah, the third edition has certainly given me the impetus to work on these, get them reorganised, but I'm so happy with how these are turning out, and I cannot wait to see the entire force completed. What I'll do is, once I've done everything, I'm going to do a showcase video, because like I say, I'm super proud of these. Well, there we go. Evolution of my Fallschmjager, an ongoing project. Hope you find that interesting if you are reorganising your own armies, or are thinking about, you know, updating a paint scheme on an army. It can be done. Take that step out your comfort zone. I certainly did, and I'm enjoying it immensely. If you've got any comments or questions about this or bolt action or gaming in general, just leave them down below, and I'll certainly respond to all comments and questions. But as always, thanks for watching. Do take care. May your dice roll well, and I'll catch you all in the next video. So bye bye for now.